So this video is going to be in two parts. The first part is going to be Togashi situation. As far as I know it. That's a key phrase right there. As far as I know it. The second part is going to be the future of the Hunter x Hunter story and where it has to go and what lies ahead. Because these two things, at this point in time, because I was thinking about it for a while now, but these two things have led me to believe at this point in time that Togashi is not going to finish the Hunter x Hunter manga. Now, before the pitchforks come out and McWhirlpool knocks on my door, I open the door, he's holding a shotgun and he blows my head off. Chill, all right? Chill. Take it easy. I'm a fan of Hunter x Hunter. I'm on the same boat as everyone else. It's just that the Hunter x Hunter boat, the story, had a destination, and I'm looking at the inner workings of the boat, and I'm seeing some faults here. I'm seeing some engine problems that may not allow us to reach said goal, said destination. So, first of all, Togashi situation. Let's talk about that real quick. Togashi came back strong as fuck last year. And we're thinking, yo, he's back. He's fucking back. Togashi is in the groove, and we're just cruising. 9 chapters later, hiatus. And then the hiatus became indefinite. And it's been a year since then. Only 9 chapters. And we have, at this point in time, it's been over a year since those 9 chapters. Now, Togashi is someone who is known for having hiatuses because of various things. And the main one being illnesses. Now, some folks say, including myself, honestly, I believe to a certain extent that among the illnesses, Dragon Quest is in there somewhere, honestly. But he does play video games and board games a lot. We all know that. He does have 2 kids, all right? He is married to the author of Sailor Moon. I forgot her name. And basically, ever since Yu Hakusho, and that's very important to keep in mind, ever since Yu Hakusho, he was experiencing inconsistent sleep patterns, and he also experienced chest pains. And this, I think, has permeated throughout his entire mangaka career, where ever since Yu Hakusho, he's been suffering physically. And his illnesses vary. And not only is it his illnesses, but also it's his physical body, because his back is now, having issues. I mean, that was last year. I'm not too sure if that's actually still going on. But if it is, then that's a very serious thing. Because back problems could potentially lead. I'm not saying it is, but they could potentially lead to paralysis of, some parts of the body. And I'm starting to believe that Togashi really isn't, like, I always figured that he was in, bad shape health-wise, but he could overcome it. I'm starting to think that maybe not the case. Maybe not the case. And I haven't really seen any updates on Togashi's health as of late. But as far as I know, even if Togashi does recover for a short period of time, the illnesses will reoccur because of the stress, because of the expectations. He's diving neck deep once again into the mangaka field. And it looks like stress is the cornerstone reason why he's suffering from these afflictions, honestly. So when it comes to his physical body, his physical well-being, it looks like Togashi can't handle stress that well. And when you have 2 kids on top of that, it's got to be really rough, man. It's got to be really, really rough. So him playing video games is probably a means of him relieving stress, because that is the catalyst to these ailments. But then at the same time, it does look bad on him, because it's like, you're playing video games, bro. Like, you should be, working on Hunter x Hunter. And he probably is working on Hunter x Hunter. I don't doubt it. But I think the Hunter x Hunter manga may want to convert into a monthly series as opposed to a weekly series, because that would mitigate the stress. I think I'll mitigate the stress upon Togashi. Even though you need more pages, it's monthly as opposed to weekly. So they may want to consider doing that for Togashi as opposed to doing a weekly, chapter release. And then when it comes to the story in of itself, there are so many things ahead. It is not even funny, man. It is scary. Because you have to understand, Hunter x Hunter was 340 chapters with just like the regular world. The world as we knew it. Now there is the Dark Continent. And the Dark Continent has brought the scope of the Hunter x Hunter world to be like Toriko One Piece status, where it's just massive. It is astronomical. And it looks like we're not following the main characters of Gon and Killua, but now we're going over to Kurapika and Leorio and now Jin and beyond. And 9 chapters deep into his return last year, we find out that we're not going to the Dark Continent right away. We're going to the outskirts of the human world for this whole new arc that involves Kurapika and, the eyes of the Kurta clan, the princes of the Kaiken Empire, the Kaiken country, and, their rivalry to try and attain the throne of their father. And then on top of that, we're going to the west part of the Dark Continent, which in of itself vastly supersedes the regular world, let alone the east part of the Dark Continent, where you got Dome Freaks. Oh, see, now I'm getting hyped. See, that's the thing. I'm getting fucking hyped. I'm like, oh shit, Dome Freaks. But when are we gonna get there? Oh man. Like, honestly, I'll be like 50 years old and we may get to Dome Freaks. Maybe. Shit. And here's the thing. This is all for Jin. This is all for Kurapika and Leorio. This is not for Gon and Killua. You see, Gon accomplished his mission, his overall plot purpose to find his father. He accomplished that. But when you introduce his own father's dreams and goals into the Dark Continent, these may go upon Gon, and then Gon has to go out to the Dark Continent when he's much older, when he's far more skilled and he has more experience, and he has to venture off and explore the west and the east part of the Dark Continent. On top of that, when you look at the structure of the Hunter x Hunter chapters, the amount of detail Togashi puts in a page sometimes, to many folks, when I was reviewing it last year, many folks thought that it was overwhelming. And honestly, to a certain degree, it kind of is. Just literal text. It's refreshing in many ways. But depending on how he does it, it could stifle the pacing of the chapters. So when you have these astronomical goals ahead for the story, and the pacing of the chapters are stifled because of the huge flood of text that we get on a regular basis, you have to really wonder. And on top of Togashi's, family life and the kids and his physical well-being, you have to just step back and see and just look at the bigger picture. Unless someone else takes over Togashi, or there are a lot of time skips within the story of Hunter x Hunter, which I'm pretty sure a lot of fans won't like that. So unless we get something that could make the Hunter x Hunter series move forward at a consistent and elevate, that's a key thing. It has to be consistent and the story has to move particularly fast, given the fact that the story has so much to cover. is it really within the scope of reality to expect Togashi to actually finish the Hunter x Hunter manga with his own hands? That, honestly, I think is not the case. Now, I do hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. But right now, we're a year deep in a whole new hiatus after 9 chapters. And the story it just got started with the second part of the story. And the second part of the story may be the longest part of the story. If there's a third part to the story, where now it's Gon and Killua who venture off into the Dark Continent and have their own journey. Bro. I mean, you may have grandkids by the time this series is over. So, I'm done. King of Lightning, of course, leave me your comments down below. Did I miss something? Was I on point? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Of course, rate the video and subscribe. Peace. Have a nice goddamn day.